What's going on with y'all, man? In this video, government is an improper solution to the axiological asymmetry of life on Earth. All right, let's break that term down. Axiological asymmetry. Basically a claim, an antinatalist claim, a theory stating that there is an imbalance of value with life on Earth. There is an imbalance, an asymmetry of value in life on Earth. This physical existence that we all know, that we're all born in. Antinatalists, of course, are those that say that having a baby is bad, don't have kids, don't repeat the suffering, don't keep the system going. Yeah, Earth, this physical existence is negative, bad, not good. That is the antinatalist point of view. Now, this claim of axiological asymmetry basically describes that there is more suffering and harm than benefit and pleasure in this lifetime. Now, I already told y'all, antinatalism is just atheist Gnosticism. So yeah, Gnosticism has been here forever. It is the first conservative thought, meaning, wait, what the fuck? Why are we trapped down here in these souls and these bodies as souls, as spirits in this physical incarnation? Who created this? Why are we here? We need to escape this fucking plane. Oh, and is there a dome around this fucking Earth? As you see in all of the Gnostic illustrations, there's always somebody peeking out of the dome trying to aim and touch the stars. But that's just a symbol of us in constant reincarnation, constant everlasting life. Now keep your faith strong and hold on tight, because I'm going to break a lot of shit down in this video. Now, government is an improper solution to the axiological asymmetry of life on Earth. And how can you actually prove that there is an axiological asymmetry of life on Earth, meaning an imbalance in value? Because would you, for 5 minutes, accept and take on the greatest pleasure, the greatest happiness, the greatest joy, if before that 5 minutes you had to go through a 5 minutes of the greatest suffering, the greatest pain, the greatest agonizing, whatever you could think of, onto your physical body? Would you go through that to get to the happiness? As good as the happiness and the feeling and the pleasure and the joy that you can think of, would you subject yourself to that 5 minutes of absolute excruciating, tormenting pain? That's basically describing that there is an imbalance in the amount of pain that we can feel, the amount of suffering, the amount of heartbreak versus the amount of happiness. And I can make this shit even more clear and evident, because in the emotional scale, you have 5 emotions, 1 being happiness, 1 being positive. The other 4 are anger, shame, fear, and sadness. So those are your 4 other options if you're not choosing to be happy. And yes, happiness is a choice. Happiness is what you program your subconscious mind with. Happiness is you repeatedly doing the things that bring you joy. So you got to work for your happiness. You have to control your thoughts, your emotions, and your mind, your behaviors, to seek and benefit and raise up your happiness. Happiness is the solution. Love is the solution. And self-forgiveness is the solution. And we got a fucking third solution, and that's being whole. You are whole right now. You don't need things outside of you. You may want things outside of you. You may want to reach a standard. You may want to power yourself up some more. You may want to accumulate more wisdom, more information, more resources before doing or embarking on this venture. But you are whole right now in this moment, and you need no thing. Understand that. So as I continuously embrace that mindset and program myself with that mindset of being whole right now in the present moment, then we can move forward and succeed and strive and prosper and stay in control of our thoughts, emotions, and actions in this world. Boom. Like I said, keep y'all faith strong. Keep y'all hope up. Stay with me. Government is an improper solution to the axiological asymmetry of life on Earth. If we didn't have government, we would be living in tribes, fighting off lions, hunting buffalo, just going through the same ringer of shit. Same social hierarchy, same people trying to dominate, same people trying to be in control, and same people trying to take the control from the person that's in control. The same energy, the same gangs, the same tribal, traditional, cultural instincts, everything will always remain on this planet. So this system of government that we have, socially, we vote, politics, president, worldwide, there's global government. And worldwide, in every nation, there's somebody that hates their government, that is talking down on their government, that want to see their government fail, that want to see their government no longer exist. People in America hate America. People in America hate Trump. Negative thinking is un-American. So you just keep going with the negative thinking if you want to in this capitalist world, in this world of money and passion and strive and create. Because America is the last hope for freedom, but truly it's already just the most free place. America is one big party. We pay so much money in taxes to benefit and be able to go to a bar every night after work, to be able to go to sports games, to be able to gamble, to have free internet, to have freedom of expression, to have freedom to protect yourself and buy guns, and go make money wherever you are. At any given second, you can go and work your ass off in this country and make shit happen. Change your reality. America is one big party. Fuck the other countries. If you're from the other countries, I fuck with you. But right now, I'm focused on my Americans. I'm focused on the people that is tuned in to the American economy, tuned in to what is going on in life in America, and tuned in to ultimately the divide of conservatives and liberals, Democrats and Republicans, people that love America and people that hate America. To those that hate America, to those that hate government in general, to those that have a fucking problem with the things that go on in this world, you must understand that government is an imperfect solution to the axiological asymmetry of life on Earth. Meaning that this governmental system is here to keep us somewhat safe and sound and somewhat in a way of living that people can live out their lifestyle and not have to fight to the death, not have to fucking go through bad shit, even though it still happens because of ignorance. People still go through bad shit in this world because of ignorance and because of their ego. But the amount of crazy suffering, I'm sure the lifespan under government is way longer than it would have been in a non-government world. So that just goes to show you that it is a solution to the already fucked up reality that we live in called life on Earth. As the Gnostics will tell you, you are trapped in a human body. You are a soul. You are a fucking consciousness. We're all one awareness, a spirit inside of these vessels that live for 80 to 100 years and then have an expiration date. You gotta fuel your body up. You gotta protect and heal your body. The body goes through all these fluctuations of pain and pleasure, sickness and health, and you are just trapped into this body with the option to terminate the body, and some choose that option. 50,000 suicides in the year 2026 already. Keep that in mind. Keep your hope strong, keep your faith strong, and stay with me. Government is an imperfect solution to the axiological, meaning the study of value. Axiological means on a graph, you'll have an axiological chart, and that chart can map and apply to anything, but it's just the study of value, axiological. Now, of course, the term asymmetry just means an imbalance. It just means it's off. It's not symmetrical. It's not even. And that claim basically says that the amount of suffering versus the amount of happiness and joy in this world on human existence is not even. This is the antinatalist point of view in a nutshell, and it's the fucking Gnostic point of view in a nutshell. So it's antinatalism is the atheist version of Gnosticism. I'm here telling you that you're a soul, you're a spirit, you're more than just this human body. But an antinatalist is basically claiming that just know you are the body, and there's not really much talk about the soul and the spirit and us being more than just this. Okay, so that can lead people to a fucking wall, because when you understand that, for one, the amount of knowledge that we have as human beings is extremely finite in comparison to the knowledge of the all, in comparison to the knowledge of infinite power and information and data on this planet. Our conception of life, what we can come to know and learn in 70 years of life, shit, even 100 years of life, will never amount to the thousands of years that this whole planet has been here. millions of years if y'all want to go there. Cycles of reincarnation, the yugas that we all go through, 26,000 year cycles, 12,000 years splits. Then you got 4,000 year yugas. And then each fucking yuga is like what, 2,600 years. So 2,600 years. And right now we are drifting into the age of Aquarius, leaving the age of Pisces, meaning that we was just in the age of belief. All of the mythology and stories of Jesus and the Bible, all of that shit is just detailing how people believed. You believed in something that you can't prove. You believe in these stories in the Bible. And even the Bible is just a story of belief and faith. But then they've just mind controlled that faith into having faith and belief in the government. So now the government rules and controls the world. But like I mentioned before, y'all, Jesus Christ, that story is just a story of anarchy. That's just the story of what happens when an anarchist rises above and says, no, government is bad. We need to be looking up to the faith, to God, the Father. We have bigger questions. There's a bigger answer here. And government gonna come and say, nah, what the fuck is he talking about? Eliminate him, crucify him. But that's all Jesus was. He was going against Pontius Pilate, whoever, the Roman emperor at the time, saying give Caesar what's his. Don't be trying to sell all of these consumerism products here in the Lord's temple. Get the fuck out of the Lord's temple. Here we pray to the Lord. And really it's just a split of spiritual thinking and living versus anarchist, versus government and physical thinking of living. Jesus Christ was an anarchist. It's simply just a story of anarchy. So boom, you have that in play. Keep that in mind because, yeah, who knows why the fuck I even mentioned Jesus Christ and his anarchist story of rebellion against the government. Because modern day we have government, and if you rebel against the government, what the fuck happens? You get crucified by those that are pro-government. And the thing about pro-government, it'll kind of always win because they have a strong ass military force, and the people that are pro-government are just stronger in general. They're just more of the warrior type. The people that are anti-government are more of the lover spirit. So you got lovers on this side saying, no government, we need less, no ICE, stop killing us, police, go away, stop all of the war, stop killing Palestinian babies. And you got people over here that's pro-government, rather in America or whatever the fuck country, they're conservative to their government. It's always going to be a liberal conservative divide. That's how they get you in this world. It's always left-wing, liberal thought, tolerant thought, more free, more liberated thought versus conservative, traditional, strong, powerful, conventional thought. And they look at the government and say, no, keep doing that. Get them fucking illegals out of our country. They fucking with our economy. They fucking with the safety of our country. No, keep bombing them babies in motherfucking Palestine, says the Israeli government and the people in Israel, having an excuse to why that shit has to keep happening and keep going on. All of the suffering and chaos and rampant destruction that we've witnessed in Palestine, in Gaza. So that's just the conservative versus liberal divide, and that's going to go on till the day you die. But just remember, y'all, the liberals will always be the ones that are a little bit more submissive, a little bit less strong than the ones that are conservative and for the government. So I had a thought months ago that we all might as well become pro-Israel if you even care about government and if you care about American prosperity. Because the more that we are all divided in this country, the more that we're sad at the things and violence that we see that's just taking place by the hands of Israel or by the hands of America, capturing a Venezuelan president, trying to go and invade Greenland and take their oil and take their resources, whatever the fuck is going on, and whatever excuse that's being made. It's all because government is here and in place, and then the president and the Congress and senators and generals in the army can give a command to their soldiers and say, go carry out these violent acts on our behalf. Go do this. Go kidnap, go invade, go kill, go shoot, go drop bombs. That's what's going on. It's just mind control. But again, even the people that are doing the things, the military and the police, I'm now at a point of awareness that these motherfuckers know very well what they're doing and that the shit is violent and fucked up. But they still choose to quote unquote protect and serve. They're not protecting and serving the people. They're violating and killing the people and taking them and fucking making them sit in a cell and spend a bunch of money on a bond. But no, they're protecting and serving the government. But even in their minds, I've realized that it's a necessary evil from their perspective, from their belief. Government is a necessary evil. Military and force and warfare is a necessary evil. But when you got all that love in your heart, when you got all of that compassion, all of them emotions, all of that wanting to fucking see people live and good and strive and prosper and a happy, peaceful life, when you so attached to happiness and joy and seeing smiles, when sadness and death and violence make you unhappy and make you sad, then you'll always be split. It'll always be that polarity working on you because your heart is truly just attached to humanity. And that's the real deal spiel. Your heart is attached to your lower chakras. Your heart is attached to those around you. Your heart is too compassionate about the suffering and the pain of other people. But those that are in the positions of government, politics, military, their heart is up here. Their heart is thinking higher. Their heart is thinking, fuck them. This is all for me. Because ultimately everybody is benefiting if people are all on one accord, and we gonna violate the other people. We gonna be for us. We gonna be for our team, whether it's the military, the government, and fuck them. But they can die. They can get bombed. Their land can get invaded. That just goes to show you that it is a mind control, not even mind control, but truly just a higher allegiance to self. It's a higher allegiance to self and a higher goal, but it's not a lower allegiance to humanity. That's how your heart is going to be fucking pulled and manipulated when you're seeing all of these violent images. When you continuously going to see people protesting because their heart is attached. They posting shit. They going out and fucking staging, walkouts, protests, strikes in their school, in their high school, in their college. Their heart is attached to humanity. Their heart is attached to other people. Their heart is attached to what is right. Their heart is attached to love. All of these human morality concepts. But when it comes to government, when it comes to really surviving and really strength and capturing your boundary land and keeping yourself strong and your citizens and your people strong, here in America, we're all one big team, but there's a lot of infighting in America, and that's why a civil war is very possible to break out. But truly, it won't even happen. The liberals in this world will truly just self-extinct theyself if y'all is going to be that fuel to crash out at the state of this world, at the state of this government. If you're looking at the ICE agents capturing people, if you're looking at all of the police kicking out immigrants and migrants and stomping on people, beating them with a baton, fucking shooting and killing people, Black Lives Matter, if you attach to all of that shit, if your heart is that fucking tied and pulled to it, racism and colorism at the same time, because that's the real big mind control on this planet, just stems from government and them fucking controlling people to think a certain way, to believe in a certain religious doctrine. And now you look at a fair-skinned person like they the devil, or you look at a black person like they ain't shit. Colorism. So if you gonna choose to be attached to all of that, and all of the fucking really is beliefs, it's ideologies, it's all of the isms, the more you stay attached to that and the more you stay attached to that and ignore money, you ignore the pursuit of growth and prosperity and protection for your family and for yourself, you're basically going to be at a disadvantage in this modern world and in the shift that we all going through. Like I said, we was just in the age of information. We was just in the age of belief, the age of Pisces, the age of believing in shit that you can't see, believing in government, believing in religions. We're now shifting into the age of information, the age of Aquarius. So that information is clearly just showing that this is a satanic system that we live in. Everybody is for self. People are thinking selfish and ego. And then they're also just banding together at higher governmental secret society levels and saying that, hey, if y'all down to kill them, if y'all down to capture them, if y'all down to poison their food, poison their media, poison their information supply, then shit, we with it too. But we gonna keep getting this money. We gonna keep going hard. We gonna keep striving. We gonna keep building for our families. We gonna keep making sure our families is safe. America is built off violence and entrepreneurship. All they care about in this system is death and loss of money, loss of profit and loss of life. Shout out Derek Grace. So keep yourselves strong in this system. Keep yourself strong in this world. Keep yourself on point. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Ultimately, the more truth that you know, the more perspective that you have, the more you can balance and live your life and choose your positioning in life and who you want to be. And ultimately, I'm going to use this video to introduce a new motherfucking solution to the world, to America, not the world, but to America. We must become conliberative. Conliberative. Clearly a merger between conservative and liberal, but we must all literally balance and become on one accord in this planet. It's conliberative because the liberals are more attached, the conservatives are more attached to that word and probably shudder at the sound of being libservative, which was the other version of it. But conliberative is the new movement, is the new mindset, is the new ideology that I'm bringing to y'all, and it is the solution to the problems in America. Because yes, we all have love in our heart. We all hate to see suffering. We all don't like to see babies get blown up and lands get captured and people at war. But you must understand that that is a theme of life. And if it wasn't us, it would be us against the animals. But it's us against us because it's government and it's systems and it's greed and it's violence taking place. So I don't even need to harp on that no more. But what I need to do is unite us all under one mind, under one united fucking ideology. And that is the conliberative thought. Conliberal. Conliberatism. It's a balance between your conservativeness and your liberalness, because a lot of y'all is working and paying bills and still hate the system. Why are you doing that? Why are you mad at Trump? Why are you upset and getting emotionally attached to the government and the violence and chaos, inflation and economic shit that you see? Why are you mad that the rich is getting richer when all they doing is just utilizing and participating in a fucked up system, in a fucked up world? Because the world is all attached to government. The world is all on the stock trade. The world is all under Uniform Commercial Code, UCC. So you attached and mad at America when you on the team and playing for America. It is your benefit to be pro-America, to think positive thoughts, to look at Trump and what he's doing and at least support his energy, at least support him and how he's driving America to be strong. Now, again, clearly it's not good, or it's kind of fucked up that we just kicking people out, that ICE agents is coming in and violating and capturing people and just taking over, sending them here, doing this, fucking tying them up, shooting people in the head. It's a lot of shit going on. Rather it's orchestrated or organic, I must say, because it's something called controlled chaos and propaganda, and that's how they get you on this planet. That's how they get your ass on this planet. Manipulated psyops and things to just get people more polarized. Mass polarization psyops. Clearly, y'all are aware of all the conspiracy theories and everything that you can find on the internet that's dissecting something and trying to get down to the truth. Trying to get down to the truth. I don't even want to talk about the truth right now because y'all already know this is continuous truth realization, CTRL. But I'm going to just continue on the liberal and conservative because that is the truth, and it's just going to lead us to further truth. Truth. Like Paul Pierce with it. Bet. All right, y'all. Conservative and liberal. Get your motherfucking balanced brain hemispheres on point. Yes, it's fucked up to witness the violence and the chaos. It's fucked up that Donald Trump sometimes just don't have a heart to the bad shit that we see happening in this world. Whether it's a liberal white woman or a black man or somebody getting fucked up by the hands of police, it always seems that Donald Trump takes the side of the government and the police and has a cold heart to the victim. He's either acting or he really just is that callous in his approach to people that go against law and order. But that's all that is. So give it a little bit of a pass, because that dude actually is the strong example and precedent of American prosperity. The president is the precedent of Americans and what we do and what we represent. His bravado, his energy, his ego, his acting, his charisma, his entertainingness, his winning mindset is some shit that we all need to adopt. So have a little bit of slack for the leading president, CEO of this country, and get behind him a little bit, at least in this extent of American prosperity and uniting us all under one thought, because a strong military is in our benefit. You being strong bodily and having your own military and knives and weapons and mace and brass knuckles and sword on your fucking back ready to slash somebody that attack. That shit is all in your benefit in this world. That's why we live good and comfortably and have such an opportunity for prosperity, because we have a strong military, because we're not getting invaded by our borders. And being born in America is such a gift, no matter where you stand in your political and ideological belief. Being born in America is such a lucky thing to happen, because you could have been born anywhere else in the world. But this shit ties so much into your solar economic cosmology, the economics of your cosmology, your astrology. That's actually damn near what astrology is. It's the economics of your cosmology. But that shit probably has so much more to do why you reincarnated in America, and maybe you have a point in being here and helping us prosper and uniting us. Or, yeah, I doubt that your goal is to separate America. I doubt that that's your life purpose, is to destroy your home. So stop being mad at the other side. Stop calling people bad names on the other side. Stop using negative terms and slurs to people that don't think like you. How about put them on game? How about educate them? How about be nice and gentle to somebody that has a different belief than you, but they still in your country? We still is technically like brothers and sisters in this whole regime. Family, friends, whatever, older people. It's a whole hierarchy of people in this world. I mentioned before, we all went to fucking high school. So that high school mindset, that high school understanding, that high school hierarchy of energy and socializing, that shit all reigns supreme in the workforce, in the entertainment realm, on the internet, every single thing. We all have that same programming, that same 12-step ideological culturalization of ourselves in this world. We all went to high school. So the same way you don't want to see people being bullied in high school, why is you doing it to your fellow American? Why is you talking down on your fellow American? Why is you looking at them like they the bad person, like they the problem? They not the problem. Ignorance is the problem. Our egos is the problem, but ignorance is the problem as well. So the more that we ignore how hard it is for people to just fucking live in this world, the more that we ignore how hard it is for some people to get up out of bed and keep going to work, the more that we ignore just the dangers and suffering and the bad things that people go through. I'm very pro pick yourself up by your bootstrap, but I've also been in situations where that shit was so fucking hard and I still did it. But goddamn, it is a challenge, and I can see a lot of people suffering and going through it when they're trying to pick themselves up by their bootstrap in this goddamn world. I get it. I see it. It's real. And we all need to have compassion for those that suffering and going through it in this system of America. As prosperous as it is, as much as anybody can do anything and create this and do this, as much as anybody can transform and be this, as much as anybody can be an entrepreneur, get a fucking Planet Fitness $10 a month membership, shit, go out to a track at a high school and start running around getting their cardio on. Man, the mental suffering, the crazy relationships, and that's the real crux of America and why people are so divided and fucked up. Because we live in such a competitive, satanic, godless country, and people are so for self. People are so selfish. People are so walk over and roll over and throw this person to the side when they're not doing what you want. Throw this person to the side when they're not acting and behaving like you want them to be. Disrespect this person that's not in alignment with your beliefs, your views, and even in relationships, how people dump, how people cheat, how people move on, how people leave, how people abuse, how people just fucking literally maybe take for granted our fellow Americans and our people, the situations that we live in, take for granted. And I think that is just a selfish mindset that makes people lack love, move with so much anger, move with so much hate and energy, and to cause so much suffering and sadness in another person's life. I've strived very hard in my life to limit all of my fucking nasty traits, destructive behavior patterns that can influence and hurt and negatively impact other people. And all I can do is share the information and the insight and the perspective and be an example of that to y'all. But it starts with grace. It starts with Christ consciousness. It starts with realizing that we are all one. It starts with realizing that you're always just projecting your image onto life and people. That's just it. Your image of how you see life and how you see the world and how you're seeing and dealing with the people in your life, that's all it comes down to with what you go through. So tune your image more positively. If you change the way you're looking at it, what you're looking at will change. An unknown quote that I heard recently. But yeah, just stay tapped in, y'all. Stay absolutely God-like. Stay in control. Control of your emotions, control of your grace, control of your compassion, and keep learning. Keep your mind open to new perspectives and the other side. Keep your mind open to those that disagree with what you believe. Keep your mind open to strength, safety, and protection by any means, because that seems to be the main theme in America. I love y'all. Stay God-like.